Turn the music up, turn the lights down, I'm in my zone. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty. The world will feel my truth. My hard knock lifetime, a gift and a curse. I gave you volume after volume of my words, so you can feel my truth. I built the dynasty by being one of the realest niggas out, way beyond the reason you can't feel my shoes. Blueprint beginning to that Black Album ending. Listen close, you hear what I'm about. Nigga, feel my truth. Hop died, didn't cry, didn't know him that well. Between him doing heroin and me doing crack sales. With that in the eggshell, standing at the tabernacle. Rather the church, pretending to be hurt wouldn't work. So a smirk was all on my face. Like damn, that man's face is just like my face. So Pop, I forgive you for all the shit that I lived through. It wasn't all your fault, homie, you got caught into the same game I fought. That Uncle Ray lost, my big brothers and so many others I saw. I'm just glad we got to see each other, talking, we meet each other, save a place in heaven till the next time we meet forever. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty. The world will feel my truth, my hard knock lifetime.
What's up, Dance World? How y'all doing out there, man?
How everybody doing?
Willie Keys Community Recreation Center. Man, you've been here all your life, man. When they changed it to this, man? You know what it was back in the day.
Man, this used to be Popular Park.
West Oakland.
Where all the boogaloos at.
That's right.
Right down here in Dogtown.
Exactly. This is where we got down, where the boogaloos got down. Right here.
Oh, man.
You standing right in the spot where it all went down. It looks a little different for us, but this is what it is.
Yeah.
Yo, Dance World. In the studio today, OBM, the original Boogaloo Movement, presents the interview with two of West Oakland's icons, none other than themselves, SS Enterprise. We got in the studio today, oh my God, I'm so excited. We got Mr. Boogaloo Bill and Mr. Canary, straight out of the West, baby, Popular Park.
Yes.
Mac, McClymonds High School.
Yes,
Right on, Mike.
Real Boogaloos, real original Boogaloos.
Right on, homie.
Man, I'm so glad I'm out here today with y'all, man. This is an iconic moment for me.
Well, I'm glad, man, you having us here today, man, you know.
Welcome.
Thank you, my brother.
So, on my left and your right, Mr. Boogaloo Bill.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
And on my right, your left, Mr. Canary. For y'all that don't know out there in the world, yeah, there you go. So today we're going to get off into this interview, man. I have some questions for y'all. If y'all don't mind sitting with me for a minute.
Not at all.
Oh, man. Hey, I'm going to enjoy this, man. It's going to bring really great smile on my face once again.
All right. Mr. Canary,
Yes, sir.
when did you first see the Boogaloo? Or when did you first start boogalooing, to your knowledge?
Oh, man, I seen a young cat out of West Oakland in 1970 when I was down on, not too far from here, right down Center Street, 16th and Center, man, down at Deformity Park. Young kid, man, he was getting off, and I said, man, I seen this. I want to get into something like that. But I have to really give the credit to Mike, man. Michael Jackson, when he used to come on Soul Train and did the Hollywood boogalooing, man, you know?
Absolutely, man. Boogaloo Bill.
Yes, sir.
And you, sir.
Wow. The first time I saw the art was 1968. The first time I started performing it was 1969 in a little known style created out of West Oakland called head snatching. Young people call it head hunting now.
Absolutely.
And, the pioneers of that, Dick Chambers, the Robinson Boys, Donald Jones, of course, very theatrical style, very, how should I say, it can be offensive, but the style itself was designed to denigrate you and to make you feel bad. So there was talking, touching, arm swinging, hat snatching, head snatching, body slamming, body throwing, batting, eating.
All the above.
All the above.
Absolutely, man.
So that's where
Taking no prisoners from back
there.
there.
Taking no prisoners whatsoever, man. Yeah.
Well, listen, man. That's the introduction, and we gonna jump right into it, man.
Yes, sir.
Tell me
Right
about
on.
SS Enterprise and this long-lasting relationship of brotherhood that you two gentlemen got, man, that I know is well over 40, 45 years y'all been together.
Absolutely.
Well, with that, my friend, man, it started from Popular Park. Like the young man came to me and he known who I was, and Like he said, it started in '68 and teamed up in 1972, something like that.
Mhm.
And from then on, we never looked back.
Never look back, man.
Never look back.
I started out in the head snatching, and I knew that Canary could pose. So part of what we talked about when we decided to go to that party that night was I asked him if he could teach me, how to pose. And so I actually learned the posing game from this brother right here.
Wow.
Never left the West. Everything was self-contained in the West. We hadn't even started venturing out to East Oakland yet.
Wait, hold on, man. Stop it right there, man. This is a Boogaloo movement moment.
Yes.
Posing.
Yes.
Yeah,
That hard posing that you do, Canary gave you the posing game.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. That's a moment, man.
Yes.
Don't forget, back then, head snatching was like posing.
Right.
It was like, you grab cat head, bring it back and stop, and then you'll move on to somewhere else and then make another grab and turn it. It was just like posing.
For us, it was.
For us.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a Boogaloo moment for me, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because as I came up under y'all, man, those words alone
Mm-hmm.
meant everything as a Boogaloo.
Yes.
Posing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big word.
Oh man.
See,
Yes.
when you posing, don't correct me if I'm wrong. You can shut a cat down just by posing.
Yes.
Yep.
And back then, boy, that posing, Canary, Boogaloo Bill. Hey man, let me tell you what I heard. I heard y'all was the scariest cat to see at a party.
Hey man. Yeah.
And I don't mean fight. I don't mean violence. I'm
Right.
talking about if y'all two walked in a party,
Mm-hmm.
lights out. Don't
It
move.
was like
That
that.
was
man.
like that.
Hold
Like
it.
that When we hit it.
When we hit it, they were.
Came to the door. People know we come to
They
business.
knew that we were there when we came.
Yeah.
Y'all was there to do
We
business.
was there to do
Hey,
business,
man, we
man.
going there to have business and have
Yeah.
fun, bro.
Yeah, and see, for us, when we left West Oakland and started venturing out to other parts of the city, not only were we going out to the parties, but we were going to different schools to look for people, to go against.
In Oakland.
In Oakland, East Oakland, West Oakland, North Oakland, Richmond,
That's
Berkeley,
right.
wherever it was, didn't matter. I mean, we went to Fremont looking for the Messengers. We went to Castlemont looking for the Resurgence. We went to Tech. We went basically everywhere. We went to Berkeley High. We went to
Don't forget El Cerrito.
El Cerrito
Richmond
High. We went to Kennedy. We went to
Man,
Richmond.
we was traveling all
We
over
was just
the
traveling
Bay
all over the
Area.
place looking for people to go against. And just as we went to look for people to go against, when people came to our school, we were the ones that stepped up to make sure nobody was coming in there and just gonna walk over everybody in the school. We were the ones out on the front steps waiting for them to get off that bus and walk down 26th and Myrtle, walk up them stairs, and we were standing right there
You
waiting.
talking about at the pep rally?
That's pep rally. Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. And sometimes-
Halftime at the game.
Halftime at the games,
Hey,
and
man.
sometimes
The cafeteria.
The cafeteria. Sometimes they never made it into the school.
Even
It was
in the dance room, don't even forget that.
In the dance
in the
room.
dance
Oh
room.
yeah, I remember the dance
the
room.
hallways, wherever, out in the quad. by
The
the
third.
basketball.
Hey, when I got to Mac,
Yeah.
when I got to Mac,
Yeah.
1980, I got to Mac,
Mm-hmm.
and it was on the third floor.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the third floor?
We used to do it in the third floor. Yeah. Everywhere we could get it in at, man. We
Well,
was
the music was
we
playing,
getting it
man. We was there.
in. Yep.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, man, I got to give y'all a little history along with y'all history.
Okay.
So when y'all was at Mac, I was at Cole.
Yes.
So the lineage go from the elementaries, Prescott, Cole, Ralph Bunch. Then you go to Lowell. Then you go to Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's that West Oakland lineage.
That's that West Oakland tree. That's right.
See,
That's right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when y'all was at Mac, my brothers and them was coming up to Mac from Lowell.
Okay.
And I was coming up to Lowell from Cole.
Oh. Okay.
You see how that worked?
Yeah. Yeah.
And when we get back home to the village,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't no phones, wasn't no cell phones.
Right.
But you heard
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Boogaloo Bill, Canary, them boys is terrible. Ooh wee. And some of y'all peers, Rio,
Yep.
Paps,
Yep.
John Murphy,
Yep.
Booyard.
Yep.
Yep, all those brothers.
Keep
All those
naming them.
brothers.
Come on, y'all. Who else from West Oakland?
Malcolm.
Malcolm.
We talking
Don't
about
forget this cat named Jawbone.
David Brown, Jabbo.
Yeah. Forget,
Derek from Derek and Company.
Yeah.
Don't forget this brother named Derek Blackman used to live in the Acorns. Oh, that cat was tough, man.
Who else?
Wow.
Little Ricky.
Wow.
It's a whole.
Man,
it's
it was
a
so
whole.
many-
The Chambers Brothers?
The Chambers Brothers.
Yeah, it's so
Alfred
many
Jones,
people.
Donald Jones.
So many
It's
people.
so many.
So y'all
people.
telling me like I thought it was, and I wasn't crazy as a youngster. West Oakland had a plethora of boogaloos,
Oh, man, did he?
We had a whole bunch of boogaloos. We didn't have a lot of groups.
but individuals.
But a lot of
Single
individuals,
dancers.
yeah, a lot of single dancers, man. And when you're a solo dancer, you develop the heart of a battler.
Right.
So in order to get your reputation, you got to be the little cat with the big hat that don't fit your
Oh,
head.
don't be telling my story,
And
man.
you got to go from one project to the next,
And-
calling
and
out the
steal
big
my
ones.
grandma gloves.
Because, see, that's what I'm saying, man. See, they don't know nothing about the
Bill.
work. Right.
Just doing a creep move on it. Come out
Exactly.
the crowd.
Come out the crowd.
Come out the crowd.
Man,
Hey,
man.
listen,
Yeah.
Canary, tell me the story, man. I know at one point you was in one of them parties, and you came out. Think about one of them stories, man.
Well, man, I'm going to tell you the best story. I came out creeping on somebody who was at Mac.
Yep.
And I have to give respect to this brother named Scott. That was my battling partner everywhere he went. We showed up and I battled at him at Mac, man. And it was playing that favorite record, The Jam.
Yeah.
And people couldn't see me, man. I came through the crowd and the crowd opened up.
Mm.
And he turned around and I came out vibrating with the bird and stuff, and he couldn't believe it. That was the best ever creep move I ever did on somebody. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And man, like I said, my boy, he used to do the same too, man. He used to just creep out on cats from nowhere.
Bill, what was your favorite time when you came out, man?
Oh, man.
Was it a party? Was it a jam? What was it?
Actually, we were at a talent show at the Oakland Auditorium. And the Messengers, the Resurgence, and Satin Shadow. It was a talent show, but it was a variety show. So you had band, Urban Renewal, Future Shock. If you had talent, you were in this talent show. Well, at the halftime portion of it, they were playing music. And people were in the aisles downstairs, people were in the aisles upstairs dancing. So me and my boy went upstairs and, what's his name? Gaston came.
Gaston from the East.
And he was getting ready to go against Gaston, and I moved him out of the way.
Yeah, man. He did it in a cold way, man. I was trying to get at him. My boy just stepped to the front and said,
Creeped out, just
Just
moved him to
creeped
the
out,
side,
man.
stepped out.
came out with the swimming move on the cat. The next thing I know, he out there getting loose, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how.
Hey, man, listen,
back
man.
in the day.
Hey, Gaston, man, one of
Yeah.
my favorites, man.
Yes.
Another legend out of Oakland, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And back in the day, man, the rivalries was not about people disrespecting each other or going off on each other. The rivalry
No,
was
it wasn't
simple
like
art. It was art form,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
And to be at the top level of the game of your art form,
Yeah.
you had to challenge somebody
Yes.
that gave you the challenge to make you move the way you needed to move to be at the top of your game. And that's how y'all got y'all names. Right? Y'all had to go get the best of the best. Y'all didn't go after no weaklings.
If
Nah,
we didn't
no.
get them, Doug, we went looking for them. See, that's the thing. We didn't sit at Mac and wait for them to come to us. We hopped on the bus.
Absolutely.
Now, young people don't do this. We cut
Yeah.
class, hopped on the bus.
Stay in school now.
We cut class. At least that's what they told us. But anyway,
Yeah.
we cut class, hopped on the bus, and went looking for the best. So, I mean, we weren't running from anybody when we went to look for them, and we weren't running from anybody when we were in school. What we found is instead of trying to go and look for individuals at individual schools, we would just go to Boogaloo Central.
Mosswood.
Summer months, concert
Whoa,
series.
wait.
If you don't know about Mosswood, we can't talk.
Yeah,
Okay.
That was the
If you don't know
spot,
about
man.
Mosswood, we
Stop
can't
looking
talk.
at this video if you don't know nothing about Mosswood.
Right.
Yeah, man, this has been a crazy interview, man. But like I said, I got a couple of more questions for the icons today, man. So here, man, in reference of Oakland, East Oakland, West Oakland, North Oakland, West Oakland demographically was a small place compared to East Oakland and North Oakland. Now, if my memory serves me right, very few groups came out of West Oakland in the era. But it was a lot of individual dancers out of West Oakland.
Yes.
And from my recollection, and you know, I'm just a student of y'all right now. In order to be in a group, in order to be given the title and recognized as a boogaloo, you had to be a solo dancer at the top of your game,
True.
True.
Absolutely.
right? And it was kind of like a rites of passage back then, as I remember,
Yes.
because you can come out learning to move here, learning to move there, and you still wasn't considered a boogaloo.
True.
You had to get the makeup of a boogaloo,
Yeah.
mind, body, and soul.
Yep.
So it had to be in you, not on you,
Correct.
That's right.
right?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So that meant the only way you really was recognized is from a true boogaloo
Right.
that gave you that rites of passage,
Correct.
right?
Right.
And that's the way they did it back then, right?
In as far as we know, because we're all from the West.
Yeah.
So we learned our craft. Everything we learned is self-contained.
Yes.
We didn't go to the East to learn. We learned everything in the West.
Yes.
So for us in the West, you're absolutely right. And we didn't give ourselves, like dancers today give themselves monikers or dance
Yes.
names.
Right.
Well, going back to what you said, another boogaloo recognized you or your peers recognized you and gave you your name.
Exactly.
We didn't give ourselves our name, so somebody recognized you as being skilled enough to give you a name.
Yes.
A question was asked to me in another interview if I named myself, and I said, no, I didn't give myself Boogaloo Bill. Somebody else gave me that.
Right.
His true name,
See, my name came from playing ball, man, because I used to play ball.
Right.
My name Clue back in the day, man. He named me Canary, and that's how I got the name, and it stuck with me.
yep,
Wow.
Really, people don't know my real name. So what's that real name, man?
Marlo Styles. Yeah, man.
Marlo Styles,
Marlo Styles.
brother.
So, and you talked about the whole lineage, and not being a lot of groups in West Oakland, in terms of order, SS Enterprise was the first group to come out of West Oakland.
Wow.
The second group to come
Hold
out.
on. Stop right there. This is another original Boogaloo movement moment. The first group out of West Oakland,
Yes,
SS Enterprise.
yes.
Let's go, baby.
The second group to come out of West Oakland was Derek and Company.
Let's go, baby.
The third group to come out of West Oakland is none other than Gentlemen of Production. Now, when I say that, I'm speaking of groups that had names that people knew of, that had reputation, and people knew the members of the group. But funk came in two phases.
Okay.
When we came, even though again we were in the same age group as Derek and Company and all the rest, but when we started with the slower brand of funk. So you had your Schoolboy Crush, If You Hear Any Noise, Fire, those. So that was the slower end of funk music. So that's when we came along. Now by the time Derek and them came along, which was 76, 77, they were into Africano by Earth, Wind and Fire. Moving by Brass Construction. They went into another phase of funk music. So the fastest thing, when we performed as a group, our record was Can't Take It With You to the Promised Land by James Brown.
Well, that was a group, that record right there,
Yes.
you know, identified and just coined every Boogaloo group I ever seen or known.
Yep.
If you could step to that, then you could step.
And that was our favorite song. you
So
know?
I'm gonna go back into that question because I had a little comment when you say about, and it's just for me, in my experience, the three groups you mentioned, SS Enterprise, Derrick and Company, and Gentlemen of Productions. Now, I believe West Oakland had a whole bunch of little groups
Yes,
that just wasn't established.
exactly.
So we're gonna go back on the record and say the established groups that came out of West Oakland.
And that's why I said those who had members in the group.
Right,
that
right.
People knew. And you're absolutely right. And that's a great point you make up, because I want people to understand that there's a difference between being the best and the most popular.
Yes.
Just because you were the most popular doesn't mean that you were the best. And that goes for the art form.
Period.
Period. There are those who were the most popular that got the breaks, they got the money, they got the backing, they got all of that. And so we assume because of that they were the best or that they were the greatest, when in fact that's not always the case. For instance, leaders of groups, people believe that the leader of the group most of the time is the best dancer. Well, I'm here to tell you, in my group, he was the best dancer by far, and I give him that all day. So again, it's, you know, going back to what you said, I agree with you 100%. Those were the three groups who were most established that people knew about. Didn't mean that there weren't other groups.
Right.
No disrespect to anybody that
Right.
you knew that was in groups.
Right.
And the same with us. We knew some groups that had popped up around our, but in terms of those that were known and those that were, you know, understood, people knew the members, and that the members could actually, you know, dance, you know, perform, and as, you know, group style, you know, everybody knew who they were. You know, that, and in terms of that was the lineup.
Absolutely.
Our group was established 1975.
Absolutely.
Derrick and Company was 76, maybe 77. And I know you guys were children of production.
76.
76, and then you went from Boys to Men and became
The Gentlemen.
of
Yeah.
Production. You know, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But all in fair, you know,
Yes.
we was the babies of the game. You know, me being, you know, the youngest, I would say youngest Boogaloo that ever established himself in a group
Yes,
to this day.
yes,
I'll be 56 coming up,
yes.
and
I'm
I've
gonna
been
show y'all
carrying,
some baby pictures of him, by the way. as well. Right.
and I've been carrying that Boogaloo in me, man,
Yeah.
from day one, man.
But once it's in you, Doug, once it's in you, I mean, you'll be in a wheelchair.
Yeah, you in a wheelchair,
And
man.
if you hear that,
I'm still.
if-
You know, the first thing happens when you get old, and you don't want to hit no moves because you don't want nobody to see you because you don't know if you got it all together.
Right.
You know, the first thing move is your neck, right?
Of course.
Because that's your dime,
Right.
That's right.
right?
That's it.
And if ain't nobody really looking, your arms might move too.
Next thing you know, you're
Hey man, it's been an honor and a pleasure
Yes.
for this segment today. I see y'all with y'all 5, is that the 5-inch beaver? The 5X beaver.
That's the 5X. That's
And the cane, man. That's that Boogaloo material, man, that you gotta have on, man.
Oh,
and you
man.
got to have ready
Man.
when you get in the room.
Yes, sir.
Don't go nowhere without it.
Well,
Bet not.
hey, my brother, don't forget one more hat we have to give props back then. That was the
The
Stetson.
Stetson.
The Stetson.
Stetson was
Can't
the
forget
other.
about the Stetson.
Yeah. Can't
What,
forget
what,
the
what
Stetson.
about that Panama straw?
Oh man, that Panama straw hat was dangerous.
Yeah, you
Shouts out
know
to
it.
shouts out to Berkeley for introducing that to the game.
You better know it.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, man, it's been an honor and a pleasure.
Yes.
SS Enterprise, Boogaloo Bill, Canary in the building, man. Absolutely. Thank you.
Turn the music up, turn the lights down, I'm in my zone. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty. The world will feel my truth. My hard knock lifetime, my gift and a curse. I gave you volume after volume of my words, so you can feel my truth. I built the dynasty by being one of the realest niggas out, way beyond the reason you can't feel my shoes. Blueprint beginning to that Black Album ending. Listen close, you hear what I'm about. Nigga, feel my truth. Hop died, didn't cry, didn't know him that well. Between him doing heroin and me doing crack sales, with that in the eggshell, standing at the tabernacle, rather the church, pretending to be hurt, wouldn't work, so I smirked.